Good morning, Conscious Coffee Land. I'm going to take a quick moment here and because I am coming in from my coaching page. So if you were catching this on my as a share, and you're one of my friends, know that you can actually get notifications and everything of me going live because I am working for my coaching page this month, building up followers over here. If you have not liked my coaching page yet, take the opportunity to click like. Take the opportunity to click like. I am going to go ahead and share this though over. If you're on my coaching page and catching this, well, congratulations, you're already here. Let me see. Where is it? You know, sometimes it's just not wanting to. Hey, okay, well, it's just not wanting to do the thing that I want it to do. Isn't that just awesome? This morning, I'm going to be talking about, I guess I'll just do this later because it doesn't want to do it. So, never mind, you know, I'm just technology troubled today. But this morning, what I want to talk about is the business of not stepping up and how it has us falling away from soul. Yesterday I was talking to a client of mine that I've had for a couple of years now, and I was sharing with him how for the last 4 or 5 years I have wanted to put together a certification program. And for any of you who don't know, I have 28 years of tantric practitioner knowledge and learning and all this stuff. Hey, morning, Eric. And I have spent countless hours working with people in a tantric coaching fashion, and I've done every facet of the tantric world. And recently, over the last 2-3 years, I've tried to blend my tantric foundations in coaching and in helping people with a Christian mindset as well, because I do have a Christ consciousness belief center as well. And it's kind of one of those like, how the heck do you pull these two worlds together and create something? Well, I've managed to pretty much do it, although sometimes I kind of bounce back and forth. To me, what Tantra is it is a holistic practice. I do not look at it from a deity level. There is much, from that spiritual aspect as deities and all that kind of stuff, which is part of a true tantric path. But, that kind of brings human ego into the picture as well. And it's interesting because when we bring human ego in, all of a sudden we try to make something this way or no way at all. And I have a very big ego. I do. I have a very big ego. I'm a work in progress just like the rest of you. But the one thing that I have learned over the course of my lifespan is that there's no such thing truly as like, this is it. And that there is so much goodness to so many different paths. And it is kind of a take the best, leave the rest kind of mentality that I go with. And what I have over the course of like 17 active coaching years now, maybe 18 or 19. I really should get a count on that. But what I have really learned is to take this tantric mindset, which means to weave all of life together to maximize the bliss of your life. I always come back to Joseph Campbell because Joseph Campbell he was always known for saying, follow your bliss. And that's like a true tantric path, is to follow your bliss, to find your happiness. In today's world, there's a lot about, finding your happiness, finding your joy. If we go biblical, it is about finding your joy. We hear, you got joy in your heart, find the joy. Well, that's the same thing as finding the bliss. It is about happiness, and why it is about happiness is because at our core, everything that we want as human beings is to be happy. The reason why we do the things that we do, no matter what those things are, the subjects of our life, why we work on those subjects, why we strive for different goals, is because we are looking for happiness. And that's the gist of a tantric path, is to find your happiness, to find your bliss in all subjects of your life, okay? In all subjects of your life. So I share that because I have a lot of people, a very diversified following of people on here, just so that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say Tantra or Tantric. And I'm really coming at it from the level of, hey, this is one, there are so many beautiful techniques and understandings and self-help things in the world of Tantra that can help any individual, no matter what their spiritual, religious beliefs are, really envelop happiness into every subject of their life. So back to my client, back to on topic here is business of not stepping up, which has us falling away from soul, right? Well, when we have the business of not stepping up, like I have had for like the last 5 years, about 5 years ago, it came to me saying that I really should create a practitionership. Like I thought I should. And I had clients of mine and I had people asking. And about 5 years ago, I had a few articles go viral on the web. It was one of my very first viral content that went out there, and I was on different radio shows and everything. And then over the course of time, I've done a lot of different things. I've not been on Lifetime, on Married at First Sight as one of their tantric experts, helping couples on there. And I just, for some reason, until just a couple weeks ago, actually, this has like been right down here, like right here, this little seed that's been sitting there, and me going, I don't think I'm qualified. I don't think I know. I don't know, like I don't have that much experience. And for some reason in my crazy brain, I truly thought that I did not have the experience and the qualifications to create a certification program, to facilitate a facilitator's workshop, to help people learn these beautiful 7,000 year skills and to bring them into their own holistic practices, whatever that might be, so a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, a chiropractor, somebody who works with people on an hypnosis, other coaches of different areas, you name it. I mean, just those holistic fields. And I was just like, no, I can't do it. And then the other day I was taking a walk, and it was just rattling around in my head. It was just rattling around, right? And all of a sudden I realized I have 28 years of study. 28 years of study. I have so many certifications I've got. Like if I printed them all out and pulled them off of my drives, right? It would be like this phenomenally thick packet. I've worked with some amazing teachers, all this different stuff, right? And I was like, oh, wow, girl. Like the first thought was, well, you're getting old. That was the first thought. Truth. I went, shit, 28 years. Like, does that tell my age or what? Who, right? And I was like, wow, why am I second guessing myself? Why am I second guessing myself right now? And here's the thing. As I was sharing this with my client the other day, and well, just yesterday, and he shared with me that he had a similar experience around something, and we were talking about different things going on in his life and everything, but the realization was that this is something that we all do, right? Right before that, I was working with somebody else who has all this beautiful knowledge, all this beautiful skill, a powerful writer, a fun personality, somebody that is just like amazing and really wants to let his voice out, communicate his message to the world, but feels that his message might be too powerful. Interesting enough. And it's just like, he's going, I gotta kick myself in the butt here. What is it? It's that fear of stepping up. It's that fear that we're not going to be good enough. It's that fear of just not embracing our soul-led purpose, whatever that might be, And it comes up in these little ways. It comes up in all these little ways, and it eats away at us. And we fear that we're going to be too much. We fear that we're not going to be enough. We fear all these different things. And at the end of the day, when we really look at it, and if you get truthful with yourself, you do have amazing skills. You do have so much rich experience in your life, and those experiences, they mean something, and they mean something to you, but they also can mean something to the people that you can impact. So I guess like today's Conscious Coffee, I'm probably speaking to all my entrepreneurs out there. I'm probably speaking to all of you people that are like, oh, I would love to write, I would love to vlog, I would love to, have an Instagram business, I would love to have a Pinterest business, I would love to do this, I would love to do that, I want to work with his, but and you just go, I don't know, but I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified. I can't do that. I can't do that because I don't really have the skill. And I can tell you, don't let 3, 4, 5, 28 years go by before you go, oh, I guess I do have the knowledge. Oh, I guess I do have the passion. I guess I do understand this. Because here's the thing, no matter what, we're always going to feel like we don't know enough. I look at it now as though it's kind of, and I've said this throughout my career, anytime I shift gears, I change up my coaching practice, I take on a new something, I start, sharing something different that's not consistent in what I normally share, but it's a piece of me. I look at it and I go, it really is kind of like finding out that you're pregnant. And you go, oh my, but you weren't planning the pregnancy, okay? Because the majority of us that have children probably did not plan on having children when we had the children, right? It was like an oops moment, and I guess we're becoming parents now. And you're never really truly ready to be a parent because you don't know, and I can tell you after having 7 children, you never know if you're going to be a good enough parent to that child, no matter how many children you have. You get a little bit more confident in your parenting skills, but every child brings on a new challenge, right? And that first child, you definitely go, oh my gosh. Even if you've planned it out, even if you're like, we're going to get pregnant in the next 2 years, when you do get pregnant, you go, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'm qualified for this. I don't know if I know what to do. I don't know if I'm going to be good enough at this. And you have the child, and a few years go by, and you know what? You make your mistakes, but you just keep showing up every single day because you got no choice because the kid's in there going, Mom, Dad, wake up, wake up. It's kind of like Lion King where Simba is, jumping on Mufasa and going, wake up, Dad, wake up, Dad. And that's what we get. Well, that is what our businesses or any leap that we do is kind of like that child. It is there and it's going, wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay? And when we do that, wake up, what you have to realize is that we have to wake up. We have to wake up. We have to step into what is calling us, what is pulling at us. And what you're going to notice is whatever that subject is in your life, wherever that is that you're not stepping up in your life and you're hesitant and you're resistant, because that's what it is, you're resistant to it, that resistance is going to bring about it so much distancing, more congestion, more chaos. You're going to, if you allow yourself to lean into the resistance, then what you actually end up doing is you cause frustration in your body. You cause things to not move as smoothly as they possibly can. And when we just really lean into what brings us passion, what brings us purpose, and what we feel called to instead of what we're pushing on, there's so much more ease and flow. So much more ease and flow. I was day before yesterday, I guess it was, I had a small group of leaders together, and I had announced my Tantric Practitionership Certification Program that got built over the last few days. And I had announced it to them and told them about it just because it's going to be a very small group. So I don't really need that many people in it. And I just wanted them to know about it because, hey, leaders know other leaders. And this is definitely for somebody who is wanting to take on leadership, a facilitator role, learn how to be a teacher, learn how to be a coach, and learn how to take this, this practice into whatever field they want to take it in. So I was sharing that with them, and I realized in that moment that, it's like there's all this, I was having resistance around sharing. I was having resistance around stepping up. And once I just let it all go and I just did it and I let it all come out of my fingers and I got it out there and my vision went now onto, you could say, paper, right? Guess what happened? I had all these people going, I want to, tell me more about that. An application coming in for it. I had somebody else going, all right, I need some questions answered before I fill out the application. Can you answer these questions for me? I had somebody else going, okay, I'm just working on the financial part of this, but I'm a yes to it. All this kind of stuff. I had positive feedback within, I'm not kidding you, like an hour of actually hitting the share button to different outsources, right? All of a sudden I had these people messaging me, and I was like, isn't that interesting? I could sit here and I could really push something. I could really try to make something that I think is what is wanted, that I think I should do. I could try to push it and make it happen. Or I could just listen to this thing called my soul that sort of knows what the heck it's doing far better than this thing called my head. And I could just listen to that, and I could just put out the content that I know that pours from my fingertips with such ease, and just let it come in, and help the people that want that help, right? And I think that we all have those. We all have those pieces out there. We all have those projects. We all have those callings. And that's what I'm talking about. The business of not stepping up to the calling, to that pull that you potentially have been feeling. The business where you're just like, I'm just not stepping up to that right now. And you're not stepping up. You know it. Because you go, ugh, there's this pit in my stomach. And I was like, I just don't feel right about something. Well, maybe you don't feel right because you're not stepping the fuck up to being you, to really letting you out, because you're going, maybe my message is too much. How will it be received? Can I say this? Can I be this? I don't know. Realize that resistance of fear, that resistance of doubt, is not who you are. It is not coming from your soul. That is exactly what I said it is, resistance. And it is an ego-based symptom of the fear of success. So if you're having resistance, you're having doubt, you're having fear, you think that you're not worthy enough, you think that, that you just don't have what it takes, you just go, I know I need to do that. But yeah, every time you go, I know I need to do that. But that right there, that is your ego. That is your fear of success. That is at you holding yourself back from having exactly what you want to have. I was talking to a lovely entrepreneur client of mine the other day, and she said, I just haven't felt worthy of doing what I know I need to do. I haven't felt worthy of my business. I haven't felt, and this woman, she has taken her, she's on the West Coast up in the Seattle area, and she went from making about $3,500 a month. You might have seen some posts come through because I was sharing some text message threads between her and I. And she was making, I think it was about don't quote me on this, but I think it was about $3,500 that she was making in her profession prior to just stepping into what she is doing now, which is coaching and teaching and doing what her heart really truly wants. And she actually works with parents up there, on different teaching styles with children and educational things, because she has a background in teaching, in teaching grade school children. So she just developed a whole parent coaching program around teaching. It's like, what a concept, right? So she did that, and she took herself over the last, it's not quite been a year of her actually like really trying to step in. she thought she was stepping in about a year ago, but wasn't really stepping in. I could tell that she wasn't really stepping in, but she felt like, whoo, I'm like, I leaped, I jumped. And she took what she was making, $3,500 in the educational industry, going to the school, working, all this kind of stuff. And she developed this new program where she was working with families and everything. And we were just messaging, I think it was just a couple of weeks ago, where she managed to close up almost $17,000 worth of coaching business, where she was helping numerous families. She had created a program that we were working on, and she did all this different stuff. And she launched it, and she, over the course of basically a month, she pulled in almost $20,000, because a week and a half before or so, she had pulled in like just what she made in 1 month, she did in a week, and then she closed up a whole bunch of deals, and it ended up being like 19,000. I don't remember what it is. Who knows? She's probably done more since then, because I haven't done a coaching call with her. But since my last one, like a week and a half ago or so. But the last time I checked, she was sitting at like, we're just going to call it 18K. But she had texted me, oh my gosh, I closed up, I'm touching base with you, I closed up like 16.5 or something. And here's the thing, I get told a lot, oh, it's about the money for you. It's not about the money for me. But it is about the money for my clients, because it's not even about them making the money. It's about them having the freedom that the money brings. And often, we can run around and lie to ourselves all damn day long and say, oh, money doesn't matter. I'm not working for my bull crap. You go to your 9-to-5 job and you give your time and your energy away to somebody who has built a company that you are putting your time, your effort, your energy into, right? You're taking away your time, your energy, your freedom from your family, from your life, from everything that you want, to give it away. Not for top dollar, not for what you're worth, but for what you can get on the open market for it, to this random Joe over here that has this company that had the sense to go and build a company to get themselves to freedom, and now they have all of that, and you're giving that away, and you don't have the freedom, but you're going there. Why? You're not going there for the freedom. You're going there for the comfort of paying your bills. The comfort of paying your bills, which gives you a false sense of freedom, because you're like, oh no, I'm free, all my bills are paid. Yeah, but you're still clocking in. You're still you are owned. You are owned in that moment. And people who work for themselves, they're owned, but they're owned by themselves. They're owned by their own practices, their own businesses, and we all need money. We all need money to survive. We all need money to pay our bills. We all need money to do the things that we want to do. And when you go out and you build a business and you do the things that you really step into being you really step into owning who you are, what ends up happening is you open up the floodgates of financial reward. And that financial reward gives you freedom, gives you peace, gives you the ability to go and to create and to help others. And what I have learned over the course of time is that one of the reason, truly, like the freedom and the financial reward, that's awesome and wonderful. But what is the most beautiful, powerful thing that I see is really that message. Like I'm just thinking of her text. I wish I could pull up her text message for you guys. But getting that text message from a woman who's, was struggling at $3,500 a month with her 3 kids and stuff, and not having the time to spend with them, and not having the flexibility, and then her being able to make what she made in a month in a week, and then expand that out, to 18, 19, 20,000 in the month. I go, wow. The freedom that she now has, the ability to spend more time with her children, the ability to go and help the families that she is choosing to help, that she's being able to help. She was not able to do that a year ago. A year ago, she was going in and she was showing up at the school at 7 o'clock in the morning, and she was doing what she was doing, and she was going home exhausted and making dinner and cleaning house and dealing with her own kids' schoolwork and throwing herself in bed and getting up the next day and doing it all over again. And there was no space for her to create, for her to have freedom, for her to feel powerful for her. And I'm not talking about like powerful, like I'm going to conquer the world, I own this, like that. Powerful in self, the where you can step forward and be like, no, I got this. I do have this. I am sharing my soul. I am sharing exactly what I need to be sharing. That's what I'm talking about. And when we really do that and we step into who we are, that's where the blessings kind of really come in. Somebody's here. So, I'm getting the look of like, are you on live? Yes, I am. The reason, I think one of the biggest reasons once you get down any line of building a business is really truly for the freedom aspect of that. And if you are a coach, an educator, a practitioner of some sort, I think that anybody who is in that industry is outside of course, we all want freedom and flexibility and financial gain so that we can do certain things for ourselves, for our families, for the people. But the reason why we chose the profession, the subject to work in that we're working in, is because we are people of service and we want to give back, and we really truly find that there is so much more reward in the testimony of getting somebody, from here to here and watching them grow and watching them take those leaps and bounds and to spread their wings and to fly. That is just a beautiful, proud mama or papa moment that we have in that. And it's just like, there's just no words for it. There's just no expression other than your heart just feels warm and tingly and explosive, and you're just like, oh, like there's like, I light up when my clients message me yummy things like that, where I see them just blowing and going and growing, and I know where they've come from, and I know that the struggles that they've had, and all the hardships and suffering and everything. I'm like, and finally you've stepped into being you. You stepped into your power. You stepped into owning your calling. And that's where the power is. When you feel called to something and you actually do it, that's explosive. It really does open up those floodgates for you. So today I'm sending out the homework, I guess you could say, of what do you really feel called to do that you've been hiding from? What do you feel that you have been resisting, and what would it be like to stop resisting it? Just ask yourself those, ask yourself those questions, write those down, really get real with yourself. And then if you have it within your heart and soul to muster up a little bit of courage, then step the fuck into being you, step into owning who you are, into doing the thing that you've been resisting, that your soul is like, no, baby, you need to go this way. You need to go this way. You need to embrace it. Because right there, the floodgates will open in so many different ways. The beauty, the blessings, everything is going to come about for you when you actually step in and stop resisting. You're receiving. The stop resisting, you're receiving. It was almost a little tongue tie there. So, yeah. And yeah, so with that, what I'm going to leave you guys with is anybody who is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in North State, Texas, know that I am running a Tantric Practitioner, Holistic Practitioner Certification Program. It is 8 months long. It is intensive. We will be ending it in Costa Rica. It is available to 12 participants, and that is it. This is my 2019-2020 certification, because we will be in Costa Rica in May of 2020 in a beautiful villa on the beach and in the rainforest. We're getting the best of both worlds going on. It's going to be an amazing, amazing retreat. I do encourage you to click on the link in the comment section to explore the 4-tiered level system of this program and certification program and the retreat itself, and to explore all of that And if you know of somebody in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that's been talking about, hey, I want to learn Tantra, this is, yes, it is a professional level certification. It is for holistic practitioners or coaches or educators who want to deep dive and really get their shit moving in different ways, okay? So we are going to be covering all areas of Tantra. It is not just what Westerners think Tantra is, which is the Neo-Tantra of today, which is just sexually focused. There is a piece of it that we're going to talk about sexual focus. This is an educational program. This is not some get together where people are doing stuff together that, there's not going to be any sex happening at the retreat. I've already been asked that question, so I'm just covering it again right here. There's no sex happening at the retreat. You will learn tantric massage techniques. You will learn about the energetics of the whole body. You're going to learn about all this different stuff, but it is an educational program and certification where you're going to be learning all this different stuff as to how to facilitate different aspects of it to your potential students, clients, and teach workshops to help people expand and grow. So it's going to be a very, very powerful workshop. Gabriel's here. He just woke up. So yeah, so explore that. If you have any questions, on that at all, feel free to message me either here in the comments or privately. Of course, I'm here to help your questions get met and help you get registered. The registration closes September 7th, so there's not a lot of time to act on this one. And other than that, you'll see other announcements for other workshops, trainings, and everything coming up very, very soon. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. As always, stop existing, start living, and you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. Bye.